Xin Chao, hey, how are ya? In this video today, we are going to talk about the current rental market in Saigon, Vietnam, and how it's absolutely going ape shit holistic. It is out of control right now. You can't even believe how much rent they're asking for stuff, and people are actually renting it is the problem. So we're going to dive into it. We're going to talk about it. You know, we've been on this apartment hunt lately. Things are not going great at all as far as locating or finding apartments. Every single agent only has 1 or 2 apartments, maybe 3 or 4 at each building you're desirably looking at. And boy, oh boy, are the prices just wild. All they show is non-desirable units, and they want the same prices like for a desirable unit. Right now, the 2-bedroom, 2-bath market is anywhere from 30 to 50 million right now in Saigon for the desirable apartment complexes. The problem is the inventory. There's only like 10 buildings, like legitimately 10 high-rise buildings that are viable for most people until you start getting outside the city a butt ton and you have to take scooters and transportation to get anywhere. That is the crux position of the problem, is the inventory and then people paying it. And the other thing is Thailand. There's a mass immigration from all the people that were living in Thailand. They can't go there anymore to live because they're not welcome back into the country anymore, which is also creating huge problems here. So you're seeing a huge amount of rented, fully furnished units. And now they're shooting for the stars with the full furnished units. You know, we're starting to grab up the prices of LA. When I first moved to LA, like Chicago, Atlanta prices right now we're talking like, we're at a major tier city price, a jump in that price too in less than like a 3-year period. And it's not real, it's synthetic. It was all synthetically made through the Airbnb system, used to manipulate people into buying apartments for higher prices than what they were worth. That's literally what the entire market's been built on. So it's complete bullshit too on top of it. You know, people paying fucking 45 million, 50 million for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. There is no apartment in Saigon anywhere. I don't give a fuck what it's on top of, an Egyptian mountain. It ain't worth no 50 million, man. The city is nowhere even close to having that kind of infrastructure, cleanliness, dealing with problems. There ain't no way. I don't even know how it even got out of control. I'm busy right now, thank you. Yeah. So like, how could, that guy took me out of my thing, man. I was in the middle of it. Don't interrupt somebody when they're filming, dude. I'll do your FPT thing later. They send the FPT University here. So as I was saying, the whole market is just manipulated from the Airbnb. And I was talking about how there's no apartments really worth more than 50 million. How are we starting to get towards, you know, $2,000 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath? Because that's what's happening right now. When I first moved to the Crest, it was 28 million. Then my opera price was 30 million. Now for those same units, they're asking 44 million and 48 million. What in the world are you talking about? These are non-furnished units too. So they're asking that much for non-furnished units just because they think it's worth that. And the only way that this became is because they ran it back on Airbnb and fooled people all fucking day long. And if you don't understand what I mean by that, they would tell you your apartment's going to rent for XYZ per month. Like if you bought a $650,000 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo at the Crest, the agent's telling you you'll rent it for $3,000 a month. Your ROI is going to be sweet. Well, you ain't ever getting $3,000 a month out of that on a regular rental market. The only way that was ever happening was on Airbnb by overcharging people a ridiculous amount for a product that doesn't even exist. You can't even have Airbnb in those places. Literally, it's so banned, it's not even funny. They switch and bait you, they'll switch you to the Galleria. Like, the whole thing's a complete farce circus of a thing, too. You can't even walk around in the lobby when you check in as an Airbnb guest. A lot of these places, you have to wait outside. That's 100, 110 degrees out. The whole Airbnb thing is what completely decimated the rental market and drove up the prices synthetically. And until we see a flatlining of that to where that starts coming down, I'm not going to rent an apartment right now. All they show me is junk. That's it. And overpriced shit that they can't get rid of. And anything that's good gets rented in a day. I kid you not. So the housing market is hot right now. But is it really hot? Or is it a synthetically made hot? I think it's a little bit of both. But I'm not going to jump in to a $1,500 apartment. My apartment right now is better than any apartment we saw out of all these past series. You're going to see a bunch more too. And it's $400 a month. $350 actually. Like, they're just so far off on their price in interior Saigon and the desirable areas, because we have all these expats moving in that are just like, oh, I paid $4,000 in LA, no problem. I'll pay $2,000 in Saigon. That's like half of what I paid. No big deal. That mindset is also what shatters the market too, bro. You're not in America. There's no apartment. Again, I repeat, there is no apartment in Saigon, 2-bed, 2-bath, that's worth fucking $2,000 a month. You're talking just meterage. It's only 75 meters, bro. What are we talking about? And then Empire City, oh boy, did I talk to a guy. Empire City has the craziest rules in the world if you have pets. If you take your muzzle off for 1 second, they got cameras everywhere. They have a whole team watching cameras. And they send you a ticket for 100,000 Vietnamese dong. That one guy told me I think he got 100 to 150 tickets already. And he said he feels like he's living in prison and he can't wait to get out. And this guy's got money. This guy's like definitely a 1%er of money, you know? So there's so many places that have these crazy rules and shit too. It's the housing market is so weird right now. People need to stop fucking renting these high apartments. Pump the fucking brakes. Like, pump the brakes. You're insane to lock in these expensive deals right now, man. Even at like 42, 45 million for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, fully furnished. I mean, sure, if you have the money, but like, you're still throwing away $300 extra a month. Those apartments are never worth that, bro. But the other thing that we're gonna always come back to is the inventory is just low. There is not a lot of inventory, you know. Each one of those buildings typically have like 400 to 800 units. And like I said, there's only 10 buildings really that most people want to go to. Like, most people that have a little bit of something. I know there's a lot of people that are like, this is a Vietnamese apartment. They fucking suck. You go live in a Vietnamese apartment, bro. Sorry, no thanks. They're horrible. They're built like shit. They're not soundproof in any way. They're only six floors tall. You smell the food from the first floor. They're horrible. With peace and love. That's why this little city is so popular and why so many Vietnamese move here, because they can have peace and quietness for once in their lives. Like, not even a joke. You know how many Viets I've talked to that said the same shit? They're like, we love it here just because my apartment's quiet. I can go to sleep at night without hearing a bunch of shit and smelling a bunch of things. So there's a gigantic, I think, housing crisis of affordability coming up pretty quick in Saigon. They have to start building affordable housing. Everything can't be these luxury things, because they're just ripping people off on all the luxury shit right now. Everything luxury is most of it's bullshit. Like, Golden River ain't worth shit no more. That thing's dilapidated as all hell. They're reaching for the stars on that shit too, bro. Like, it's wild what's going on with the market. Like, these apartments aren't built like other ones. They literally fall apart in 10 years. I don't know how these will be, but I'm gonna assume that they will also suffer the same fate as many other units do. You know, you have very few apartment complexes that are extremely maintained, and then the core of the apartment was made right, and then it continues to get taken care of right. That's only like 3 or 4 buildings out of all those. So that, I really think the inventory is one of the driving markets. All the people coming and moving here instead of moving to Thailand and other places, you know. Vietnam is clearly the hot girl right now. Everybody wants to go Southeast Asia vacation in over everywhere else. They're especially tired of Thailand and the way that they treat you. Like, Thailand's always going to be its greatest enemy because they've got some chip on their shoulder, like they think they're the most badass country in the world. If I never had to go to Thailand again, I wouldn't be upset. Like, I don't find it that great of a place. But I think that's why you see a lot of mass migration here right now from a lot of people. I mean, I'll keep you guys updated on this shit. We're going to keep looking for an apartment. It clearly loses me money being out here. but I'm not going to go throw away money in a hurry to just move. Or I'm not just going to do something temporary, you know. We still have 6 more months on the lease here. And if we have to rock it out until the lease is over, then so be it. We'll rock it out until the lease is over. I'm going to just keep looking at apartments every week, though. I want to see what all these agents start showing when, like, other stuff comes to market. The wild thing is they're not showing a lot of brand new stuff. The only place that was showing me brand new stuff was I saw a few brand new in Empire City and a few brand new in the Mark. No one else wants to show anything else brand new. Or they could be really rented. At first I thought it was just the agents being lazy, but now that I've contacted so many, no agent ever has more than 4 or 5 apartments per thing. And it used to be every agent had like 20 apartments per thing, dude. So these are the indicators. I would not be too keen to rent right now. I don't think it's going to keep going up. Who the fuck is going to pay $60 million for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath? I think $50 million is 100% the top of the market for the ultra luxurious. $40 million for right under that, and then 30 to 35 for right under that. That is the current market, and that's the indicator. It should all come back down to 35. Even 40 is too high. It should be 30 to 35. It should be under 30 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, non-furnished, and it should be anywhere from 30 to 35 with furniture, depending on the furnishings. Most of the shit you see in every one of these apartments is literal junk, as you've been seeing with the furnished ones. The only ones that had some decent furniture was the Mark, and only one apartment there. They do the same Temu shit at every apartment here. Wrong size fridge, cheapest washer and dryer on sale at Win Kim, the cheapest TV on sale that week. Like, it's the same consistent way of doing business the cheapest possible way and trying to maximize profit. So I am very discouraged at how the market is right now. You know, I'm like the apartment housing guy in Saigon, so we're gonna keep looking at stuff. We're gonna be looking at Sala, Sedona, a couple of projects out in those skirts. I'm not gonna move to those, but I just want to show them to you guys. Those prices are crazy for those too. We're talking 30, 35 million for a 2-bed, 2-bath. They've all set the same price now, and they're all moving the price to market. And like I said, there's so few desirable areas. Like the Crest and the Opera used to be so great. Now they're fucking horrible. It's like an amusement park is in the front and back of your apartment complex. There's a festival every single week at the Crest now, Galleria, at the little field. Why they turned that field into that, I have no idea. It was so much better when they just left it a dog field. Anyways, there's also another festival that happens to go on in front of the Opera like every day too. And then on top of that, the Opera has like 20,000 people that go to it every single night because it's like a tourist attraction now. So if you want to live in Zoolandia for 45 million a month, that's the place for you. You know, Empire City looks like you're living at a prison, so that'll never be viable for almost anyone. I talked to 2 different people there, and they both said the same shit. The one guy said he can't wait to move. A lot of people are going to Sedona, Sala, that area, because it's so much more pet friendly and they're just more friendly. When you get bad management at a building and you got some guy that's like a little ruler running the thing, which is what like Empire City sounds like, it's horrible. It's like the same thing I deal with my apartment now. I have to go through like an alpha male here for real and assert dominance, or they just try to fucking control everything. Like I had to talk to the guy, I'd be like, bro, it's not my fucking pleasure to work here or live here. You fucking work for me, dude. No offense, you need to slow your roll down with your little attitude, bro. Like literally, I pay your fucking bills. And I don't mean that in a dick way, but they fucking run around with this fucking attitude, bro. Like it's insane. 5 dudes at the pool, guarding the pool. Like there's some weird shit going on here too. You gotta vet everything you do and look at every place very correctly. Like it's getting crazier and crazier in the housing market. So I mean, I'm gonna do more diligence and explain more things to you as we go, but one of the biggest things I noticed, if there's a security guard at your pool, that place is fucked. If there's 2 security guards at your pool, that place is super fucked. If there's 3 security guards with a check-in sheet and all this whatever shit, you're doubly ultra mega fucked. You're in store for prison land. Like the biggest problem is these security guards that they're paying no amount of money to, that think they're owning the entire thing. It's a problem, bro. And if you live in an apartment now and you're dealing with the same thing, drop it in the comments, because I know plenty of people are, especially the guy I met from Saigon Royal. As ever, guys, I hope this video was informative and helpful. We stream every day on Kick or YouTube. Today, I do believe we'll be streaming on YouTube. I'm not quite sure yet, but make sure you go over to Kick and sign up. Patreon is available for as little as 16 cents a day, $5 a month. Thank you so much for watching. Stay frosty. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.